Und damit willkommen zurück, meine Lieben. Ja, mir ist leider bei der Aufnahme was schief gelaufen, weswegen fairerweise muss ich sagen, habe ich schon eine gute Folge aufgenommen, bis ich gemerkt habe, dass das Bild völlig zerstört ist, I guess. Deswegen, yay. But with no possible means of knowing the content of the document, there is no line of parsing to parse. Deswegen kann ich auch schon jetzt mal die gute erste halbe Stunde, I guess. Dementsprechend, yay. Ah, boy. Da will ich da mich auch wieder ein bisschen anstrengen. Und das mache ich das ein bisschen anders, I guess. A reason why Lord von Clint von Six, a man of high noble standing, would have chose information so secret people in the judiciary would be willing to negotiate the jailbreak of a codename killer. The only explanation that fits the fact is an unthinkable truth that turns absolutely everything on its head. Deswegen ein bisschen doof gelaufen, I guess. But it's just too hideous. Mr. Naruhodo. However difficult the situation may become, you work with your client in pursuit of the truth. That's what you resolved to when entered the courtrooms this morning, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Susato. So hold your head high and keep shouldering on. Oh boy, das wird mal wieder total geil. Yes, you are right. 10 years ago, in his final moments, Lord Clint von Six left behind a will. Our will said to Genfin Asogi was able to use a weapon to negotiate the escape from prison. In all probability, the details in the will were related to the professor's case. The defenseless statement is mere conjecture. What are you getting at, man? Ryonosuke? As soon as the words came out of my mouth, there's no going back. I believe that the last will and testament of Lord von Six was in fact, die ersten beiden ergeben überhaupt keinen Sinn. Das grob zusammengefasst ist dieser Confession. Report ist es nicht, in der Beschuldigung definitiv auch nicht. Ich weiß das halt, weil ich das jetzt schon mal habe, I guess. Oh boy. You can do this, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe that what Lord von Six actually penned that name was a confession regarding the mass murder, knowing that the professor and his true identity. Enough, console. What are you saying? Do you have realized? Confession about the true identity of the professor said that would mean Lord von Six. I appreciate this must be hard to take in, but it is the only explanation that fits. The killer that terrorized London a decade ago and became known as the Professor is the man believed to have murdered 5 members of the aristocracy. Wasn't a Shogi Genshin Asogi at all. No, you can be suggesting it was in fact the man believed to have beaten the 5th victim. Lord Clint von Six himself. das ist jetzt natürlich gesagt viel zu viel für ihn. It's finally open, is it? PandoraBox. Und ja, die Folge da ist die Öffnung der PandoraBox, richtig. Das nur mal so viel nebenbei bemerkt. So viel kann man auf jeden Fall schon mal wirklich fairerweise sagen. Das dann überhaupt erstmal nennenswerterweise zu begreifen, ist auch schon so eine Sache, muss man gestehen. My brother was is too awful, poor Lord von Six. Ich komme da immer noch ein bisschen durcheinander, weil, hey, zum einen Lord Clint von Six kommt und dann wird hier noch zusätzlich von ihm jetzt gesprochen, I guess. I wonder so did he never suspect Mr. Naruhodo. Nicht. Lord von Six is a brilliant prosecutor, is it conceivable that he didn't realize his older brother really? Order in court. Lord von Six. Oh boy. Professor made use an enormous hound is his murder weapon. Tell me, did your brother own a dog? Yes, he did. Almost, he was a well-known hunting dog. People called him a giant. I don't believe this. When my brother would go hunting in the forest of the grounds behind the house, he always took Balmog. After Clint's death, he praised it away to almost as if he were following his master. He was a magnificent hunting dog, worthy of the jewel-studded collar around his neck. A jewel-studded collar, that's weird. That's right. That's a Collie, sadly, some years ago. No, it was stolen by a thief who broke into his house one night. A jewel studded collar. Jetzt will ich mir das mal fairerweise übersetzen lassen. Ein juwelenbesetztes Halsband, okay. It so happens that myself and my colleagues have come across such a collar during our time in London. How could be told you there was an old emblem attached to the collar too, made of a pure gold. Wo haben wir das bitte schon mal wieder gesehen? Das habe ich total vergessen, muss ich sagen. It was topped by a small crown and bore on ornate capital letter B. What? Emblem bearing the initial B? Why, you know it? It's the insignia of the Baskerville family. What? The Baskerville? Why is this that name coming up now? Baskerville is the family name of my late brother's widow. That poor gold emblem was an heirloom which Clint acquired upon Sarah's marriage. There can be no doubt then. The color you have described was Womax, the family insignia of Lord Clint van Sixfield. There was a considerable amount of blood on the collar when we saw it. Since we know the dog was used for hunting, it could have been from its quarry, of course, but it could have been from human prey. Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Auf diesem Blatt hat schon gleich gefühlt eine Katastrophe, muss man sagen. Yeah. So in fact the person responsible for his murders of nobles and royals was a nobles himself, and set intended to British in enormous scandals would irrevocably disparage British society. My father knew that and was using it to negotiate his way out of the news charges brought against him, but at the very last hour those had bargained with betrayed him, slay him mercilessly on foreign soil. Well, can you deny it, Lord Strongheart? Vielleicht bei mal anfangen mit Strongheart. 10 years have passed, and still now the 6 million inhabitants of our great capital rest easy believe that justice was done. That without this anonymity remains, the diabolic murderer was caught and executed. Very well, then you may have the truth. Tell me what Clint really was. Oh boy. Lord Clint von Six was too poor of heart. When he became a prosecutor and went in pursuit of the Black Roots crime, he drove himself into a corona. He came to the uncomfortable realization that to fight the most fiendish of criminals requires one to become even more fiendish himself. Excellent. Oh boy, the 19th century was a truly miraculous 100 years for Great Britain, and indeed the whole world. New industry, new technology, and with the birth of the Metropolitan Police Service, new law and order. But this dazzling new developments meant ever deep shadows were cast on society. What the light buys factories are thick with noxious, famous and crime growing daily. To fill the darkness, Lord Clint von Six made it his mission to combat that darkness. But as time went on, it slowly ate at his soul until eventually he was consumed. It's ironic, really, and somewhat surprising that the truth was once again be unearthed by a Japanese. Once again, what did you mean? 10 years ago. Oh fuck, danke, dass ich das wieder vorzulesen. The professor is beyond all shadow of doubt. You must use a warrant to search his home at once. Don't be absurd. The man comes from one of our country's most illustrious families. He is a paragon of justice here in the capital. Yes, that's the point. That's why none you British can see it. He's using his noble status as a diversion whilst the commits aristocratic crimes behind the scenes. Do you have evidence? Nothing defined as yet, but he's keep enormous savage owned on the estate. We need the full support of the judiciary forces. We're up against a member of our aristocracy. So large family estate has a fierce herd. God dog for you would know that's commonplace here in Britain. I'm sorry, but I can't possibly put Scotland Yard onto this based on the tenuous accusations visiting. Oh boy. So I turned a Sophie's player, and as a result, he took it upon himself to visit the 1-6 mansions on his own. We can only imagine now what happened between the two men. So we know the outcome of course lot Clint from 6%. I don't believe this. So in actual fact, Kazuma-sama's father did. He made the late Lord von 6 meet the same fate. He put up permit and or to the professor killings by taking the drastic measure of ending of perpetrator's life. As soon as I heard it, I hurried to the mansion. When I arrived, it was easy to grasp what had happened. And what about the will? And so we must have already taken it. Nothing of the nature was found at the sense. We had no idea of the existence of such a document at the time. I was the only person who knew of the true identity of the prosecutor, so I resolved that to keep it a secret and got the secret to the bitter end. So you are admitting to it that you were behind it all? It was you then who pinned the crimes on my father. I did what I needed to be done in order to protect the law and order of the British Empire, even if that meant employing unforgivable rules. Then it was you who arranged this fabricated evidence. I ordered that detectives to take care of it, whilst keeping the truth from him, naturally. Gregson. Obviously, he obvious me at first. Are you off your rocker? We can't do it, something like that. There's no question it was Asuri who murdered Lord von 6. He is the host that have made statements that they saw the man running from the mansion at that time. Yes, well, I have no doubt it was the Japanese fella. Was für eine Verschwörung, muss man mal fairerweise dazu noch sagen. But we have got a shred of conclusion evidence against the man. And worse than that, he doesn't keep a dog, so we're short of a murder weapon to boot. And we're short on time, Gregson. We must put a stop to this man's rampage for the good of this country. So we'll use whatever means necessary. Do I make myself clear, detective? May. Oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Oh. So that night 10 years ago, when I was attacked by those took the back streets and Genshin Ring was taken, that was himself for it. That was correct, and the some hired help. Then the detective handed the stolen ring to Wilson. The Wilson who thanked its discovery from the victim so much during that autopsy. And in the light of the division evidence, Mr. Sogi was found guilty of the charge brought against him. However, behind the scenes, he had actually already struck a deal with his accusers, in which he agreed to sign and accept the charge. But I just don't believe that part. As far as I knew, the man my father decided such understand dealings. I was extremely easy to make him complete. You see, he had one crippling weakness. What weakness isn't it? Obviously you, Asuma Asogi. Me? Oh boy. Perhaps you have no desire to return your homeland, Asogi. What? Thought I have. Here you have a 14-year-old son. Agree to cooperate and accept your guilt without contentions, and you will see Japan and your son again. You scoundrel. Whatever you chose, wisely or not, it will be a closer trial by order of Her Majesty. So what rash claims you made making court will have no trouble in stifling them. There is only one outcome for you, Asogi, the gallows. Don't forget that I still have a weapon at my disposal, a document revealing a truth that I know you are desperate to keep hidden. Quasi die Asogi-Papiere, die man quasi vorgelegt haben als Beweis. Yes, it hadn't escaped my mind, which is the only reason I am willing to bargain with you. I only want to protect this country's law and order, you understand? So what's it to be, Asogi? Kasuma. He did it for me. And as I told him at the time, my motive was simply to pretend from the damage. The truth I would nie. Nämlich jetzt rechtlich noch im Sinne, muss ich sagen, war das bis so Kasuma und danach hatte ich den Part beendet, I guess. Junge, ey. Da kommt jetzt noch ein bisschen mehr hier rein in den Part, I guess. Protect this country law and order and at any cost.
Objection!
Jetzt kann ich es quasi dann nicht mehr so wirklich, muss man sagen. Yay! I've never dared let myself even consider this possibility until now. But in the light of all this treachery, I have to ask. The mastermind behind the Reaper of the Bailey. Was it you, Lord Male Strongheart? A rather brilliant idea, wouldn't you say, Lord Von Six? That's the spirit of your late brothers, that paragon of justice, show the return to repair justice for his sibling. Cold Sarah's be a more appetizing tale for London's message. I ask you, what reason I knew that you would play the part to perfection. Ja, aber ich würde mal sagen, wie das jetzt halt alles weitergeht und was wir sonst noch so erfahren werden, dies und vieles mehr, sehen wir im nächsten Part. Vielen Dank fürs dabei gewesen sein und bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen.